Hello, in this video we'll take a look at the raiding horsemen of Tylis, which are extremely cost-effective skirmishing cavalry with good melee capabilities. There is mainly one thing that separates these guys from other skirmishing cavalry, and their shields are very good indeed. They have of their 45 armor, which is extremely good for skirmishing cavalry, they have a shield value of 30, and although that shield won't give them as much protection from missiles as an infantry shield with the same shield value, it's still going to enable them to block 20% of incoming missiles, and it's going to take off potentially quite a lot of damage from those missiles since their armor is 45. But of course keep in mind that the shield only protects from one side, from the left hand side and from the front here. So judging by which way you are looking at the unit from, when you're looking at the unit from straight behind, the shield will be in the left hand, and so missiles coming from the enemy right is going to block them, while missiles coming from the enemy left is going to not be blocked by the shield. Just something to keep in mind. Now, conversely, using them on the, depending on which flank you're using them from, if you're using them from this flank here, you're going to be able to shoot from the left flank, that is. You're going to be able to shoot into the enemy's left flank, where the enemy doesn't have any shield protection. Using them from this side is going to mean that more of your missiles are blocked. Now, against skirmishers and archers and infantry that doesn't have shields and shock cavalry, this is a non-issue because they don't have shields. Let's just take a look at the stats while I play here. Now, the reason why these guys are very decent and very cost effective is of course because they have a good melee attack compared to other skirmishing cavalry. Their melee attack is 36. Their weapon damage is 34, which is split between, I believe, let's see, just pause it here. It's split between 30 base and 4 armor piercing, so pretty standard sword damage there. And their charge bonus is 25, which is also good. Their melee defense is 36. Armor 45, health 75, and base morale 50, which is pretty decent for a skirmishing unit. Now, what isn't readily available on the unit card is that these guys have a 5 bonus against large units, which is camels, elephants, and horses. That's tied to their javelins, not their swords, so they will do 5 more damage against those units. Their javelin is light javelin. It's not the best javelin. So it has 32 missile damage, and out of that, let's see if I can just get it up here, 32 missile damage, and 12 of that is armor piercing, so very good armor piercing missile damage there. Now, the reason why I'm using this battle as a backdrop is because this showcases kind of both proper use and misuse of these units. Here I get a bit too close, I get a bit greedy with these units, because I want to get some shots off on his general, but I didn't see these mercenary Rhodian slingers, and here my guys are taking fire from 2 Rhodian slingers and 3 Cretan archers. Now imagine if these guys didn't have, and take a note of which side the missiles were coming from when these guys were over here. Now, as these guys are moving further up here, the missiles are going to hit them in the back, but when these guys were down here and turned around, it hit their shield side. So instead of just being completely decimated, these guys were able to get away with, granted they took some casualties, but they were able to get out of that engagement and still be in combat effective numbers. So although I kind of abused them there, misused them, they were still able to get out of that situation, and I find these guys are pretty forgiving in that regard. Their shields enable them to take a volley or 2 of missile fire that many skirmishing cavalry wouldn't be able to, and they were able to take do some damage to these Hippeus lancers here. So let's just fast forward, and we can showcase another effective use of these raiding horsemen. What I find a lot of players underestimate is the ability of these guys to perform melee duties. Now here you can see they are taking quite a lot of damage, doing quite a lot of damage to these citizen cavalry, which is going to make them move away, and that's going to set my opponent up for rear charges when these two units are concentrating his cavalry into the center here. It's going to open up his flanks for later, so that's pretty important. But here, the melee engagement is starting. We'll just fast forward. I'm posting my raiding horse both in his flanks and in his rear, and maybe my opponent is expecting me to just keep skirmishing with these guys. However, as we know, that's not all they can do. So big juicy skirmishing target here, and I'm sending these guys in to throw some javelins to provoke a reaction where these guys are getting caught in melee, and they'll be able to hold here for quite some time. While they are holding, the rest of the raiding horse are going to smash into this beautiful blob of skirmishers. Now, mercenary Rhodian slingers and Cretan archers are not the easiest skirmishers to kill in melee, because they have melee defense, they have shields, and they have a bit of armor. So, while most cavalry units can deal with them fairly easily, most skirmishing cavalry, or say horse archers, can't if they are braced and if they aren't rear charging while they are moving and so on. But these raiding horsemen, they are holding out against citizen cavalry, against Cretan archers, against Balearic slingers, and they're able to not just die instantly, they're able to get some kills and tie up a whole bunch of units. Now I'm sending in the other units here, and at this point it's basically a GG. I managed to use these cheap horse skirmishers both to take care of some cavalry on my opponent's side, and also to take care of all of these mercenary Cretan archers. Look at them go down. So these guys, that's the reason I love these guys. They can both skirmish and they can go into melee and do some damage, and they were able to almost neutralize his entire line of skirmishers here, which was significantly more expensive than my raiding horse, matched unit for unit. And they were also able to take down some of the Scipeus lancers, citizen cavalry, and if my opponent hadn't conceded defeat, they would be able to do rear charges against his infantry line. So extremely useful units. Give them a go if you are trying Tylis, and I'll see you again.